connected. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay.
It is 7:30 on this Sunday morning. We're continuing to follow breaking news right now out of Clearwater. I'm Jenny Dean, and you are watching 10 Tampa Bay. Shortly after 5 o'clock this morning, calls started coming in with reports of a fire at the Fairwinds Treatment Center. That is where 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valturo is live for us this morning at the scene. And Nick, you've been there for about an hour now. Have you been able to find out any information about this fire?
Yeah, absolutely, Jenny. We were able to talk to the city of Clearwater Police, and what they're telling us, this is a 3-alarm fire.
Well, this morning we are continuing our coverage of the deadly shooting spree at Florida State University. University President Richard McCullough says classes and business operations will resume tomorrow. In a statement, McCullough said that FSU is strong and will get through this by leaning on each other. Now, several of those wounded, including the accused gunman, remain hospitalized. Phoenix Eichner sustained significant injuries during a shootout with officers and will likely be in the hospital for some time before he can be criminally charged. We're also learning Eichner's stepmom, Jessica Eichner, is taking a voluntary leave from the Leon County Sheriff's Office. And the university says it will offer mental health support services and other counseling services for students and employees. Keeping you prepared, Hillsborough County health officials have issued a rabies alert. A rabid cat attacked 4 neighbors. This triggered a 60-day rabies alert, and all of those attacks, they happened in the town and country area in the neighborhood near 12 Oaks Boulevard and Waters Avenue. Now, officials are warning that there could be more rabid animals out there, so the rabies alert zone runs from Lineball to Waters Avenue and Anderson Road to Wilski Boulevard. And officials say that if you suspect an animal has rabies, you need to call animal control. Now, this alert is expected to wrap up in mid-June. In politics this morning, a federal judge who blocked President Donald Trump's administration from dismantling the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau ruled the Bureau cannot go forward with mass firings. U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson said she is deeply concerned that Trump administration officials are not complying with her earlier order. It maintains the Bureau's existence until she rules on the merits of a lawsuit seeking to preserve it. During a hearing Friday, Jackson said she will bar officials from carrying out any mass firings. A hearing is scheduled for April 28th to hear testimony from officials who were working on the reduction. And President Donald Trump is nearing the end of his first 100 days with the bulk of this historic second term still ahead of him. Yet already, he's remarking about a future run, and that's raising some eyebrows. Megan Maleris verifies the constitutional questions and caveats at play for presidential terms.
President Donald Trump.
It is 7:39. Let's take a live look this morning at Vatican City, where celebrations are looking a little different because of Pope Francis's illness. While the Pope did make a brief in-person appearance in his place, Cardinal Angelo, a retired archpriest, celebrated the open-air mass before thousands of people in St. Peter's Square. He also delivered the homily that Francis had prepared. The Pope also met with Vice President J.D. Vance ahead of the ceremony. By the way, the Pope is still recovering from pneumonia. Well, today, several stores are closed to observe Easter Sunday, so keep this in mind if you need to get out and grab a few things for that Easter brunch, lunch, or dinner. Publix, Target, Costco, and Sam's Club, they are all closed. Now, there are some stores that are open in case you need some last-minute groceries. Walmart, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods all open, but you need to check those store hours before you head over there. Well, in honor of Earth Month, local high school students, parents, and volunteers all came together to plant 3,000 sea oats. And this is all along Treasure Island Beach. It's an effort to restore the shoreline and strengthen natural defenses against erosion and storms. Sea oats are a crucial part of the ecosystem, with their deep root systems helping to anchor sand and preventing it from washing it away. The event is just one part of Earth Month Tampa Bay, an initiative spearheaded by Dr. Jane Goodall's Roots and Shoots. We have more about this group on 10tampabay.com. Coming up next on 10 Tampa Bay, we all know the price of eggs has gone up recently, partly because of the bird flu. In minutes, the new progress being made when it comes to a vaccine to stop the virus. All right, Mike, take us to brunch.
Well, we are talking about a beautiful day near
7:44, and have I got a Florida story for you. There's a new study out that says it's people, not alligators, that are to blame in most alligator attacks. So check this out. Researchers at the University of Florida found that 96% of alligator attacks, 96%, were because of risky or careless human behavior. And that includes people swimming or wading into water where gators live, which is about every open pond or any kind of fresh water all around the state of Florida, especially during mating season. That can be really dangerous. And the study analyzed nearly 300 years of bite data. They found that most incidents are preventable. Experts say better public awareness could save lives and animal lives too. So many people walk their pets right next to ponds.
Well, yeah, they're right next to the pond, and I see those gator eyes come up. I said, okay, come on, let's go a little farther away. So yeah, just but sometimes I've seen gators just come out of that water and come toward those dogs, even when you're away from the water. So.
Just be careful.
Just be careful.
You know what? Whenever you're around any body of water in Florida that's fresh water, you need to be careful.
And gators like warm weather, so they get more active the warmer it gets. So today, active gators in the forecast. We're going to stay gator aware. Right. And we take a look at...
Don't hide the Easter eggs near any open water.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Well, your time now, it is 7:50. Let's take a look at this morning's health headlines. Scientists say there is progress in creating a bird flu vaccine. The University of Buffalo study on mice found an experimental vaccine offered complete protection against the virus. Doctors say there is still a lot of work to do, but it's an encouraging step forward. Well, being the victim of a disaster like flooding or even a wildfire can have a long-term effect on cognitive function. A study by UC San Diego looked at survivors of so-called climate trauma, found victims had prolonged symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety and depression. The victims also experienced greater difficulty making decisions. And a new study finds that young women are binge drinking at higher rates than young men. The research published in JAMA highlights a big shift in the past. Young men tended to binge drink more. The reasons for the change aren't clear, but among adults 25 and older, men still binge drink at higher rates than women. All right, next on 10 Tampa Bay, after finding out they could not have kids, a couple decided to take on fostering and then later adoption. In minutes, they speak to us about what they say is their true calling. And at 7:51, we're taking a live look at Clearwater Beach, where the Sugar Sand Festival is still taking place. It's the perfect spot to check out with your family, of course, after all your Easter festivities and egg hunts. And it is going to be a beautiful, warm, but beautiful day for the Sand Festival. Today on our Forever Family segment, we visit with Steve and Julie, a couple who, after learning they could not have children biologically, found out about fostering and adoption at their church. They talked to 10 Tampa Bay's Caitlin Lockerbie about what made them want to take in siblings and teenagers who are often the most difficult to place. And they described the words that convinced them that this is their true calling.